Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I am Liz Quinn, your lead Scentsy consultant. So today I have for you what I'm calling the standouts of the season, my overview and review of everything that we have had that I've really enjoyed in this spring-summer season. I've got catalog things here, I've got LTOs that I want to talk to you guys about, and I also have a little insert of some Scentsy news of all the LTOs coming in August that we haven't had so far. And then I also had the actual specs on that join promotion I've talked about these last couple videos here. So the join promotion for August is extra good. It's always a $99 kit, and I'm always looking to grow my team. There's a join section on my website, and that is going to be the September warmer of the month, which is this little witch gnome type thing, and the Harvest Scentsy Bar 5-pack with the cute little tricks but not treats bag, and you're going to get 25 Harvest brochures on top of all the normal things, and you can see all of that on any consultant's website. This is a great month to join. But let's go back to all of the LTOs for all of us. So starting on Monday, which is August the 7th, we're going to have our European soccer products relaunched again. And then we're going to have, and this is a biggie, you guys, a special LTO to commemorate the Friends sitcom, which, I grew up during that era that was huge in the 90s. And there's going to be just one really cool warmer that has a central perk sign that lights up and their iconic orange couch. And then their names are in the rug around it. You can go look on the website for the details. And the bar that will be offered with it can be clubbed or purchased. And it's going to be all about coffee. It's like a nice, supposedly strong coffee scent with a little bit of coconut cream. I am going to throw a couple of those in my club and see how that really is. So then also a few days later, I think it's the next week, we're going to have a Disney Princess Collection launch. A lot of things that we've seen in the past, plus a new bar, and then there's also going to be the Cinderella Happily Ever After bar, and I will probably do more specific launch details on that one because there are old warmers coming back, new things to be experiencing, but I just want to be able to put it out there. August 14th will be Disney Princess launch. Then there will be NFL Collection out of the vault on the 14th as well. And then, drum roll please, the one I have wanted to see back because I've never tried the bar. Disney Monsters Inc. is going to launch on August the 21st, you guys. I'm so excited. So there is a large warmer featuring Sully and the famous door. There's a little, of course, Mike Wazowski is going to be the mini warmer. And of course, it's just his head with this big old eyeball. And the bar, which I've always wanted to try, the Monsters Inc. bar, just dying to try that. So that will be out on the 21st. I'm going to probably throw that right in my club for safekeeping. And then Star Wars Collection, there will be a launch on the 28th of August. I will have more details about those things probably throughout the month, but that is just an overview. So, and also for those of us that are getting a whiff box, I did see some spoilers, and I won't tell you what's in it, but if you're interested in things that are coming in the fall, you might want to get the whiff box this month. So that's all the news. Let's go on to my standouts of the season as we're winding down the spring-summer catalog, the things I would encourage you to consider either to club or to pick up before things roll over on September the 1st. So there are a good number of products that are discontinuing, and I did cover that earlier this week in another video. I want to show you some of these warmers in person, but one that I love, that I do not have, my mother has it, that I wanted to show you in catalog. This is a discontinuing warmer, is the Dancing Petals here, you guys. This one, and I'm going to show you this little guy in person. I would say these two are so August, September appropriate. It's like beautiful early fall, and this Dancing Petals, it's normally $55, so it will be 10% off. All of the things that are available right now that are regular catalog will be 10% off that I'm talking to you about today. But I really wanted to highlight the Dancing Petals that will be leaving us. The Woot will be leaving us, which is the owl we've had for years. The Mini will stay. If you like owls for your spooky season, you really might want to consider picking him up. He's one of the most classic warmers that we have had for years and years and years, and he's going away. So let's get into what I actually have here. So the first one is going to be my Toward the Sun Mini, which I specifically picked up to use in the month of August. And if you guys know me, I love sunflowers. So this is a really special warmer. It's a beautiful bright yellow, nice and cheerful. I love these, the metal with a glass top, and then they have sort of an acrylic insert underneath to diffuse the light. These guys perform very well for me. They're easy to clean, and I really like them. So this is the first one, 10% off of $25, Toward the Sun. that you can get, and that one will be continuing in the catalog. It's on sale this month. So then the next mini warmer that I have just loved, and this came out last fall winter, I have used this, I think, more than any other warmer in the last 12 months as far as a mini, and that is going to be this Bless This Home. I think it's called Heart is Home, the actual warmer. I love this, and I think it is maybe more fall winter appropriate for the motif, but both of those minis, and you can put them on a tabletop base, which I will show you the other style on a tabletop today. Both of those are just going to continue in the catalog, and they are 10% off, but I think they're just really, really good late summer, early fall appropriate. Now, the next mini warmer, I honestly wanted to show you guys the Pearled Gatsby, but I cannot find it in my explosion downstairs in my storage room. So I brought out its next best cousin, which is going to be the green Gatsby Pearled Warmer. You can get the regular pearled, which is just like an ivory with more of a iridescent rainbow coating, but this one is so good for the fall and winter because it has this really nice, beautiful sort of mossy green with pearlescent outside kind of a deal going on. This is one of my favorite minis because my home is green. I mean, you can see how well it matches a lot of my paint. So that one is a personal favorite, and I wanted to show you guys something on a tabletop base. So you can either get a tabletop base, and these come separately, that is for glass, or you can get one that does the ceramics. And when we're talking ceramic, this is also now considered the ceramic style with, I'll show you the little toggles on the bottom. So there's this style, or a glass, always there is just a big ring at the bottom that you're going to screw in, and that's the difference. This is slightly taller, the mini tabletop base. For the glass minis, the ceramic style is slightly shorter. It just depends on, how the product is made. So let's light this baby up. And I think this one is the Golden Scallops. Now, I actually bought this mini around Christmas time last year because I did gold, white, and green decor all through Christmas, and this was fantastic in this front room with the black and the white and the gold and the green. But this is great any time of the year. I think it's an extremely classy, almost Art Deco style, and I really wanted to just remind you that, again, it's 10% off, and you can put it on a tabletop base. So those are some of the minis that I wanted to highlight. Now, let's get into all the bars, and then we'll do the full-size warmers at the end. So, all the bars that Elizabeth here has enjoyed the most over this whole spring-summer season. I would love to know what your standout bar of the season was, whether it's an LTO or it's a catalog. I'm going to start with bars that you cannot get anymore, that I would hope to see back in the future or maybe in the catalog next spring. So this first pile, you would have had to have put this in your club or hope to see it back in the future. And I will say that I think my standout bar of all the bars that we got spring summer this year, and I had a hard time choosing because I've actually liked more of our LTOs this particular season than any other spring summer I can remember. But I really think my very favorite bar of the season is Blue Coconut Beach. And I don't think you guys will be shocked if you watch my channel. I love this thing. I have 2 bars bi-monthly right now. I may drop it down to 1 bar bi-monthly after I count my stack, but at least for the next couple months, this thing's going to be coming 2 in a bundle. Oh, so good, you guys. This is kind of light medium. That's its only drawback, but it is the most beautiful, smooth, creamy coconut and vanilla tropical scent. It absolutely, hands down, is my favorite. But you may be surprised at my number 2 favorite, which is actually a licensed bar. And again, you can't get this right now unless it was in your club. And that is going to be the Peter Pan New Sweet and Sassy bar. I fell just as hard for this as I did for Blue Coconut Beach. This is a medium performer. It's lovely. My mother has done very well with this, so I'm keeping it in my bi-monthly club so I can give her some. This has tangerine and kiwi. It's bright, it's light, it's juicy, it's happy. And honestly, these 2 bars, and it's kind of sad because they are both not available right now, these 2 bars that are truly spring-summer appropriate are my favorite LTOs that we had all year. But there are more. I have liked so many. Another one that I fell in love with that I put in my club was from our flower garden collection, and that is Soft Plumeria. We lost Lush Gardenia this spring-summer, so I have that in my club too, but I've been looking at all the other floral-type bars that we got. And this Soft Plumeria was so beautiful. It is such a standout. So there's a tiny bit of like a teakwood in the background, and the rest is all super creamy plumeria and just beautiful tropical lush flowers. I am in love with this thing. So I now have this in my club, Tiara and Coconut from last August in my club, and Lush Gardenia. I'm not, well, I'll tell you about that one later. There's another white floral that I was considering, but how many can I club? And I'm having the same problem with Coconut because there were so many good ones. So another one that, two of these ended up in my club. All three of the summer collection LTOs, which are now gone. They left at the stroke of midnight, end of July. All three of these were good. My least favorite is the best performer, go figure, and that was Pineapple Dragon Fruit. This was excellent, though. I wouldn't be surprised if this didn't show up catalog next spring, summer. This is so happy. Such a wonderful, perfectly appropriate midsummer kind of a melt, and it's strong, and it's sort of limey, and it's got real sweetness to it. I think there's pineapple in there. So good. So then the next one, which I do have in my quarterly club, and I'm kind of surprised, is Tangerine and Sugarcane. Why did I club this? It's not the best performer, but I love the mellow sweetness of this orangey scent. Because most of the time, orange doesn't speak to me all that much unless you put lots of spice with it. But I really liked this, and it's also a very good mixer. I have yet to try the French Lavender Tangerine and Sugarcane mix, but I'm going to. So this one was another standout, and I did club that. But the best of the three, and of course the worst performer of the three, is Ocean Air and Coconut Water. The smell of this, you guys, another 2 bars, I think, in my bi-monthly club. And I may drop this down to 1, but and I can't choose between Blue Coconut Beach and Ocean Air and Coconut Water. It's like they're almost twins. They are so good. I think Blue Coconut Beach is just the tiniest bit better performer, which is why I put it as my favorite LTO bar of the season. But, oh, you guys, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I absolutely love this bar. So I think that I had gotten this in the Fragrance Flower, and I used it, and I loved it. And I hope that this comes back next year, but it's safely in my club if it didn't. So those are things that you can't get anymore. And there's one more here in that pile on my table, and that is Chamomile Petals. I would say this is kind of at the bottom of my pile as an honorable mention. But most of the time, I don't like all of the scents of the month, and I have liked a whole bunch of them this particular spring-summer season. And Chamomile Petals, I just kept getting more and more of it. I got a stack. I think I finally took it out of my club because even after editing out all my fall-winter bars, it's still a little bigger than I want. That is calming with chamomile and apple and honey. It's just so good. So that is a bunch of bars that I'm hoping we will see in the future that we cannot actually purchase at the moment, but they were standouts for me and I loved them. So now everything else that's here on this table is available for purchase right now. And as I'm filming this, it's August, the 4th, I think. So let's move on to the LTOs. And I didn't check to see if Stitch was still available, but I'm like 95% sure he is. You know, I know Stitch is a classic. He always comes back at the end of June every year. But he's just so good, you guys. This bar is so good. And I have said for months that he's the most clubbed bar, but the last time that I saw Lacey and Dan on our end of the month live, they said that Jack's Obsession was the most clubbed bar and Stitch was number 2. So I'm sorry. I guess I didn't get that stat update at one point. But Stitch is very popular, and I think there's a reason why. So I have got 6 or 7 of him now. I pulled him from my club because he just seems to come back every June, and even if he's coming back in 2 years, I've got enough of him for a while. So he's got this sea salt mist and really nice sort of sweet, tropical, fruity, maybe a little bit of greens in the background. Really, really pleasant bar that pretty much everyone that puts their nose in that bar, they fall in love with it. It's just so good. And then this is a bar that is not spring, summer appropriate, but it's available right now. And it has absolutely captured my heart, and that is the 3 Thumbs Up bar that we just had in a recent LTO. This bar is one of those things I have been waiting for Scentsy to make, and they'd already made it, and since I did not have the courage to actually order it, because most people said it just smells like plain baking bread in their house, I wouldn't do it. Now, I have gotten a lot of feedback on my channel that this 3 Thumbs Up does only smell like bread, and they're disappointed with a lot of people. So I wonder if this is one of those bars where some people smell it the way it was intended and others don't. But for me, this is like the best pumpkin spice, and it's homey, and it has a little bit of like a pumpkin quick bread smell to it, but it doesn't smell at all like yeasty rolls or bread or any of the things that others are saying they pick up on. This bar, 2 in my bi-monthly, and I don't think it's ever coming out. Like, this is a bar, I had no idea it was as good for me as it is, and I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. But I wanted to kind of qualify that statement because I guess a lot of people do struggle with that particular scent. So now, the rest of what's here is either LTO that's current or catalog that is current. So I'm just going to go through them all. So we'll start with our LTOs. The other ones that were scents of the month that I just totally fell in love with were Aloha Orchid, which this is another kind of split scent. People either really love it or it's off-putting to them. I don't know what is off-putting about this. It is just tropical, lush goodness with coconut cream and orchid and happiness, and I absolutely love it. I like Bora Bora Blossom too. They are similar, and this one, just amazing. I don't think that's going to stay in my club for the long haul though, because it is very similar to Bora Bora Blossom, and I like that one a little better, and that one's staying. The next one was the July scent of the month, and this is amazing, you guys. I love this bar. It's like the summer version of Plum and White Woods. It's got this watery quality and pineapple and passion fruit and passion flower, or one of those two. Oh, you guys, it's so good. So those really, really stood out to me, and they were fantastic. And I'm a little bit more cautious on recommending this one, but I will say that the August scent of the month is unique, and it's very nice. I am not going to club this, but it's good. And if you want something that's different, and you like things that are sort of girly, perfumey, and sophisticated, you should probably try Pink Leather. So this one is good. I am absolutely gushing about these, and I'm liking this. So that's what I want to say about that. So everybody else on the table, I believe, is in catalog. So some of these I'm recommending more to think about. Well, September is coming, and these are still early fall appropriate, and they're 10% off right now, so why not order them now rather than when the catalog changes over? And others are things that were either new release or just really good standards in the catalog that I have loved this year that you're either going to want to club or, you know, get your stack of. So Raspberry Hibiscus Tea. This one blew me away over time. I was very cautiously not very optimistic about this when I first reviewed it. Oh, it's so good, you guys. So this is one of the new releases. This is a real, like, good, strong medium. I don't want to say it's actually a powerhouse, but it's a good, strong medium plus. And it's just a happy bar. It's a very homey bar. It's the sort of thing where someday we want to build a front porch on our front area here on our little house and have a couple of rockers. And this is the kind of thing where I just want to sip sweet tea with this and just rock all day long. It's so good. Another one that I grew to like better this year, which has been a returning favorite, who knows if it'll come back next year, is Lemon Sorbet. And I always put Squeeze the Day in its place because that's my husband's favorite. But I have enjoyed Lemon Sorbet a lot more this season and wanted to kind of give it an honorable mention. It's a really nice lemon that's icy with a little bit of grapefruit, and it's very, very refreshing. It's very good. The next one is Tangerine Creamsicle, which I have not sung enough praises of this particular bar because I just finally started melting it today. Part of my problem, and I know other people that have been doing Scentsy for a while and they're collectors, we start to say this: we have too much wax to get through. There are so many good things that you want to melt that you just can't melt them all in one season. So Tangerine Creamsicle is one of those. If you haven't tried this, this is a great late summer melt if you don't want to go to the fall side of the scents. So this has a creamy mango and tangerine ice pop kind of a deal. It's really, really good. So then the next one, shocker, 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 is Cocoa Lime, my favorite spring summer staple at this point because they took my all-time favorite summer holiday out of the catalog. This is just a great solid bar. I club it every year, and it is just something that I'm very, very happy we have. It's very uplifting and just a really happy kind of a bar. Excuse me, because too much talking, you need to have that reviving sip of coffee once in a while. The next one is a bar that many people have raved about for years, but this is the first season I got decent performance out of, and that is the beautiful Pina Colada Cha-Cha. I'm not going to club this, but I think I got an extra bar coming in my last order. I did a small party closeout just to get a few random bars of things where maybe I want 2 or 3, but I don't necessarily want to club them. Pina Colada Cha-Cha is so good. And as I said, in the past, the only reason that I would not promote it is because I could not smell it in my house. Either my nose changed, the bars sat long enough, I do not know what the good thing was, but some good thing happened. And I could smell this summer, and it's amazing. It just smells exactly like drinking a pina colada. And it was, there you go, now you can see it. It was amazing. Absolutely beautiful. And that is very good with cocoa lime. These two are great together. So then next on my list, I really haven't melted this very much this summer, and it is because I had too much wax, but I love Palm Trees and Ocean Breeze, and I really just need to throw it in a warmer this week so I can put it in my What I've Been Warming and let you guys know how good it is, because this is one where I wonder if it's going to come back next year. It's so good, you guys. It's a good performer. It's warm and watery, and I feel like there's a little bit of pineapple in the background of this. It's gorgeous and happy and always makes me smile when I melt that. So now the next one, I am worried about this just because I think Aloha Orchid's close enough, and you never know what LTO they're going to put in place of an old standard when they change the catalog. Hibiscus Pineapple is beautiful, and I love it. It'll probably come back next year. But I just wanted to put it in my standouts of the season because it's such a solid bar. It has the mandarin, the hibiscus, and the pineapple. It's always pleasing and comforting when I melt that. And you can really put that anywhere. It is a medium strength, so it's not too strong for bedrooms. It's good enough for most open spaces, maybe not cathedral ceiling style, but it's just good. And my dog may go into a crazy barking fit. Truth come. Mango Matcha. This is one of the new releases that I've raved about the whole year. There is something about the scent profile that is absolutely addictive. It's got the mango. It's got the salted cucumber. It has this beautiful green tea. It's just incredible. I think this is one of the best formulas that they've made for spring, summer that is different than anything else we've had before, and it was amazing. Now, I am not usually a fruit punch person, but Tropic Nectar has made me so happy all spring, summer long. Like, I just want to go and melt this again. It's got creaminess from coconut milk, plus all of those sweet tropical fruits. It's not quite as strong as Paradise Punch, so I prefer it. I like Paradise Punch, and sometimes I'll warm that because I just have a craving for it. But this one, I think, is more all the time appropriate and just so nice. So now, we get into some of the other types of categories. I have here 3 of my favorites from the woods category. Coastal Sunset. I've liked this since it came out. It's so good. It's musky. It's coconutty. It's a little bit mysterious. It's very relaxing. This is a fabulous bar for August if you don't want to push too far into the fall type scents. This is an excellent performer. I did not club that. I think I ordered an extra though, because that's one of those bars where if I don't have one, I don't need tons of that every year because it's pretty strong, but if I don't have one per season, I think I would miss it. Now the next one is a fan favorite that, just like Pina Colada Cha Cha, I just did not get the best performance out of, so I didn't fall in love with it real hard until this year, and that is the beautiful Bonfire Beach. You guys know how good this bar is. It needs no introduction. I clubbed it this year, you guys, because for the first time, I'm like, I do not want to risk being without that next year. It's so unique. Nobody else makes something quite like this. And it's like a sweet marshmallow, little bit of bonfire, not a lot, it's not terribly smoky, and seaside or lakeside kind of a scent in the most beautiful, gooey, sweet way. It's so good. So then the next one is rolling over into the fall winter catalog, and a couple of these, they are rolling over, and I debated whether I should include them, but they're on sale this month, so I figured I might as well just highlight them because I love them. And that is the marvelous, very strong, very attractive White Amber Antique. And I have heard other consultants bemoaning the fact that we're getting this in laundry in the fall, and they're like, Elizabeth, you can have all of it. So I'm sorry if this isn't a smell that you love, and I still don't even know if I'll like it in laundry, but White Amber Antique, my husband and I just cannot get enough of this bar. It's good fall, winter, spring, summer. I'm glad I don't have to club it. I was absolutely going to. I will say, this was going to go in my bi-monthly club if they were getting rid of it, but they're not. So I'm very, very happy. It's just warm, and it's masculine, and it's woody, and it's cologne-y, but to me, that is the warmer and much more appealing for my personal taste brother of Mystery Man, which to me is very cold, and it feels like an older formula, whereas this White Amber Antique is just like new and hip, and I love it. Okay, then we have one that I'm absolutely clubbing, and that is Kukui and Coconut. This was an LTO the spring summer before in our summer collection. It's not the world's best performer, but it is the world's best smell. It is so good, you guys. Kukui and Coconut. I never got tired of this. I think it went straight back in my bi-monthly club, not coming out. Now the next one, I am including this because it's a fabulous performer and it did mix very well with some other scents, and that is Coconuts for Coconuts, but this one it can outstay its welcome for me. It's so strong, you guys, but it's fresh and coconutty and beautiful and an incredibly good performer, and I'm pretty sure you'll see that back next year. I think people loved it. Now, the next bar is a bar that I think people love to hate, and that is my very beloved Soak and Raise. But this is the one I was referring to earlier, where I've already got Tiare and Coconut, the Soft Plumeria, and Lush Gardenia in my club. So I'm not going to club Soak and Raise also. And what's funny about this bar is like the first hour or two, it has this little funky pollen note, but then later in the day, that just disappears and you fall in love with it. I love this bar, especially for the long haul. I know it's got mandarin, which is kind of weird because it doesn't feel like mandarin, and just really nice beachy white florals. It is such a happy suntan scent. It's fantastic over the course of your day, kind of a bar. It gets better as it mellows out, and for those of you who are brave enough to try it and you like either any of those other three that I mentioned, you might want to throw that in your cart before the end of the month. Now we're going to get into some kind of debatable territory, I think, for some people. Pink Lemon Water. A lot of people weren't happy this was back in our catalog. I know. But I like rose, and I actually think this is very well done. I think I'm going to throw one more of these into my club for this month, because I've got my monthly, it's the club where it's sort of a throwaway or combination club, my monthly club is, and I had pushed it out a month so that I could just throw anything that I wanted in here for the month of August, get the reduced shipping, think about what I wanted to club or not club, because I'm going to combine that with my bi-monthly in September. So Pink Lemon Water, for people who love rose, I think it's one of the better rose bars we've had. And I did also really like the heirloom rose that was in our Epcot flower collection, and I have one more of those coming in that club, but I don't need tons of it. That was very authentic and very nice, but that's neither here nor there. Now the next one that's on my list is Mountain Sunset. I have one more of these coming. I just want a couple to tide me over. I would be shocked if this does not come back next season. It took the world by storm. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's one of those blended it's got a perfumey quality, but this one has coconut and woods and amber. But in some ways, and I know I've said this the whole season, it does not smell like Summer Holiday, but it has a blended quality that's hard to pinpoint, that's appealing like Summer Holiday. So Mountain Sunset, definitely a standout for me. I think you can melt this any time of the year. If you have a club where you want a bar like that and you have room, I would definitely put it in. I just don't have room for everything anymore. Now, Pink Rhubarb Sugar went way up in my estimation this season. This is another most improved for me personally. I'm not going to club it, but I'll be super happy to warm this again next spring if it comes back. That is really good with... Did I already talk about Ruby Nectarine? You know what? I think I forgot to put Ruby Nectarine on the table. That's what I was going to put in next. I love Ruby Nectarine. I'm not going to club that one either, but that's fabulous with Pink Rhubarb Sugar. That's what I wanted to say, and I guess I'm not going to say it because it's in the other room. Amazon Rain. Now, I talk about this one occasionally because I think everybody just passes it over because it's a catalog staple. But it's so good, you guys. If you've never tried Amazon Rain and you like sort of creamy, lush tropicals that are soft, this is so good. I want this in a brick in Scentsy Club. I've been saying it for months. We need this in a larger size because my only complaint with Amazon Rain is that it doesn't throw very far. It's a good scent within the zone that it throws, but I need a lot of volume of Amazon Rain to make my house smell really good, so I would prefer to have that in bulk. All right, the next one here, we're almost down to like my end of the summer recommendations, is going to be a peeling apple. And I would say, if you love this, please club it, because this was an LTO that they added back into the catalog this season. And I wanted to compare that, that's why I had the two of them, with Johnny Appleseed. This is more floral and sweet and soft. This is more hard-hitting. Why am I promoting Johnny? Because this is like the scent of September, and for me it's a mixer. I either like to mix this with Gimme Candy, or I like to alternate warmer it with cinnamon vanilla, which we'll get to next. So, a peeling apple has florals in with the sweet summer apple, and it's beautiful. I'm not going to club it because I don't go through tons of floral apple smells, but I really like it, and if that is your thing, please get some or put it in your club. So then, Johnny, just because he's on sale and he's great for September. And then they pushed forward into our new catalog Cinnamon Vanilla, which is a great spice scent. And I do think more appropriate for fall winter, honestly. Like late summer and fall winter, really, really good bar. This is amazing with anything apple, alternate warmers. Like we're going to get falling apples back. We're going to get a couple of other apple type smells that are newer that'll be coming either in LTOs or in the catalog. This is so good with that, with anything apple. It's good with Orchard Apple and Spice, which is retired. It's good with Granny's Orchard, which is retired, or Grandma's Orchard. I always want to say Granny's Orchard, and I think it's Grandma's Orchard. If you have any of those in your stash, do that alternate warmers with cinnamon vanilla. You will thank me later. And then last but not least, I have a couple bars here that are very, I think, September and August appropriate. Summer Moonlight. I love this bar. Again, I'm not going to club it, but I have a couple. It's elegant, it's strawberry, it's sandalwood and sweet pea. My favorite bedroom scent, honestly, probably of all the ones that we've had this season. And it's such a good bar, you guys. If you've never tried this, please do before it goes away. It is elegant and excellent and comforting. And the absolute, like, poster child bar of August, Here Comes the Sunflowers. And you'll get Scarlet Sunflower in September, so they're similar enough that I'm not going to club this. But man, this is a field of sunflowers with musk and strawberry, and it's amazing. So those are all the bars that I wanted to highlight, and it isn't that the others aren't good. It's just those are the ones that really spoke to me, or I thought, well, maybe this is unusual enough and probably won't come back next year that we should talk about it. So now we have over here my recommendations for warmers to buy this month, or they were just like my favorite thing from the spring summer season. So the first one is going to be one of my top 10 of all time personally, and that is our Country Living Barn. I love this particular warmer, you guys. It always makes me happy. It's so stinking cute. I have used mine a lot. Can you see that? It has a nice square dish. It actually has a 20-watt bulb, but this thing still performs great. It's one of my favorite metal warmers, one of my favorite performers, and absolutely one of my favorites for early fall when it comes to decor. So then the next one is my favorite warmer from our spring summer season, and it is a new release warmer. And that is the gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous Coastal Light. What I love about this is that it's an Edison warmer and it's got crackled glass. So this one, if you have not picked this up and you like it, please do when it's 10% off. It's so good. The next one I wanted to highlight is what's behind me, and that is the Aziza. That was a new release fall-winter last year, but you can get it 10% off this month. And there's wax in it, so I don't want to drop it. But it's gorgeous. It's got the pinholes all the way around it. It makes a fabulous nightlight because it diffuses the light, and it's soft. It's so, so good. So then, my favorite warmer of the entire spring-summer season. How could it get any better than this, you guys? This warmer was the most beautiful, stunning thing that they made all season long, and I just cannot say enough. I'm pretty sure it's still available. I don't think that it sold out, and that one was just incredible. And I have never gotten tired of using that. The only downside is it's a good performer, but it's not outstanding. So the last warmer is the current warmer of the month. And this is an outstanding performer and is gorgeous. But everybody that I've talked to thinks it's a more fall-winter appropriate warmer. So maybe buy it and put it away. That is our amazing Mountain Sky that is currently available. And this is a stunner, you guys. Look at this beauty. It is so, so pretty. And it throws very, very well. It has a really nice dish. And it's just fantastic. So that is everything that I can think of that is spring summer appropriate or has been offered spring summer that is a standout of the season for me. And I hope that you guys enjoy your August with all of the things that we are offering. And I'm sure I will be seeing you soon with things that are more fall winter sneak peek appropriate in the next couple weeks. God bless and have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.